These 5 exercises are considered bodybuilding staples, but I stopped doing them and I actually got better results. Let me show you what I do instead. The first thing I stopped doing back squats. So for me, the back squats, once the weight got heavy enough, or I had to do heavy enough weight to actually grow my legs, for me it was around like 315, 350, somewhere around there. All that really happened was my lower back got hurt, my knees started hurting, my hips started hurting, and honestly, my glutes got all the work, not really my quads. So that's the first thing I stopped doing was back squat. So for me, what actually grew my legs really well instead of back squats was hack squats. So you notice I'm taking these things super deep. So I can take these super deep, really hit those quads. My back is supported, so I'm not gonna get hurt my back. And this machine, the range of motion it provides is a lot safer on your knees, your hips, all that stuff. So you can really feel a lot more in your legs when you do a back squat. So first things first, take out the back squat, sub in the hack squat. The next bodybuilding staple I removed out of my routine was flat bench press. So for me, flat bench press just led to shoulder injuries, almost tearing my pec, and almost absolutely no chest growth. My first few years of training, yeah, I did get some chest growth, but honestly, anything at that point would have grown my chest. So the next thing I took out was bench press. So once I subbed in dumbbell incline bench press for the flat barbell bench press, my chest kind of broke past that plateau it was stuck in for years when I was just doing flat bench press. So for me, these dumbbells are just a lot easier on your shoulder joints, which means you get less injuries, less pain, less inflammation, and more chest growth, which is always a plus. The next staple I took out that every bodybuilder says you have to do is deadlifts. So the problem with doing deadlifts to grow your back is that you're spending so much time in the lower portion here working your legs that your back, yeah, it does get worked here, but you're honestly expending so much energy with your hips, quads, glutes at the bottom part that your back doesn't get to do a lot of the work at the top. So I sub these out with what I'm about to show you next. So for me, what worked my back better and not my whole posterior chain is rack pull. So you can see here I got this rack set to just below my knees. So I'm using my erectors. I'm using my erectors here at the bottom and then my upper back, rhomboids, all that at the top. So for me, if I'm trying to train my back, I don't want to do something that's going to work for my glutes and everything else. I want to just hit specifically my back. So I took out the staple of doing deadlifts, subbed in rack pulls, and my back development grew a lot more. If you've been spinning your wheels for years doing these staples and you're not growing and you're finding this video helpful so far, subscribe to the channel. The next old school movement a lot of guys are still doing and not getting any growth, heavy dumbbell shoulder pressing. So I will still do the occasional shoulder press here every now and then, but it's lighter weight and it's usually superset with something else. So the problem with these heavy dumbbells is almost like bench press. You're gonna get, once you get heavy enough, you're gonna get nothing but joint pain and inflammation and almost no shoulder growth. What I started doing, instead of heavy shoulder pressing, I just started spamming lateral raises, meaning I was doing dumbbell laterals, one arm cable laterals, machine laterals, whatever it may be. Lateral raises to me are the king of all shoulder builders. You just gotta make sure you're doing them right. So you do them right with the right weight, you're not gonna have any shoulder pain, and you're gonna get all shoulder growth. Moving into biceps, the thing I quit doing so often was barbell curls. So the problem with these barbell curls is once you start getting heavier on those, they tend to lend themselves to ego lifting, meaning you start doing more weight and you're not so much focused on feeling your biceps working as you are how much weight you can curl. So then your form starts to go out the window and you're not really even targeting your biceps anymore. So I subbed out those barbell curls with cable curls and my bicep development took off again. So at the very beginning of my bodybuilding quote unquote career, barbell curls were what I did the most of. But then as I got stronger while forming out the window, I had to switch to a cable curl. So these cables provide just constant tension that those barbells, free weights just don't provide. You have to be super controlled and focused, and you can really target that bicep hard, which again equals more growth. Bonus tip for you guys, since you stuck around for the whole video, your sixth tip or sixth exercise I quit doing for your triceps was good old barbell skull crusher. So again, a lot of people consider these the king of tricep builders, and for me, just like all these other movements, once I started getting heavier and more experience, I needed more weight. So more weight for these equals more elbow pain and less tricep growth. So what you can do instead of those skull crushers, just like the biceps, switch to a cable version. And again, you can still use a lot of weight on this one and not feel it in your elbows. You're just gonna feel it on those triceps. These cables, again, just provide a different kind of tension and resistance those free weights just can't mimic. So if you're still doing skull crushers, switch to the cable version, or even there's other options like the rope overhead version, dumbbell versions. There's other versions of crushers you can do besides this good old barbell skull crushers. All right, guys, that's a wrap. If you're still doing all those old school movements and seeing no growth and only joint pain, switch to these alternates I showed you, and I promise you're gonna get a whole new world of growth. If you like this video, guys, subscribe to the channel, and always stay swole.